one of our plan to see him fight in 25.
The goal obviously is a Canelo fight for him, right?
We hope he wants this fight.
Canelo and Crawford are two names that
Canelo and Crawford are two names that fans have been dying to see on a fight card together. The talk surrounding their potential matchup just refuses to die.
Strategy is leaving with my hand, you know, rolls and everybody mouth dropping. That's how I can, you know, some.
After months of uncertainty, the idea of these two champions clashing appears to have gotten a fresh spark of hope. It's been a roller coaster ride of possibilities, roadblocks, and now maybe a small light at the end of the tunnel.
Happen as long as Crawford stays away and just boxes and be smart, he can win that fight. I think Crawford's a better fighter than Charlo, and he's a smart fighter as well. He switched.
Canelo, the reigning unified super middleweight king, has been at the top of his game. In September, he successfully defended his belts against Edgar Bunker, reminding everyone why he's one of the most dominant fighters in the sport today. Fans are used to seeing Canelo step into the ring for his iconic single Mayo fights, but as of now, his next opponent is still a mystery. That uncertainty has fueled speculation, with Terence Crawford's name once again making its way to the forefront.
Boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that favor Canelo is that, you know, is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do weight.
Crawford has been on an incredible journey of his own. The former welterweight champion started the world by moving up to super welterweight.
You cannot tell me what I cannot say.
Not only did Crawford emerge victorious, but he also added a his already impressive resume.
I'll live in seconds like my final day. You can't take that away.
Himself has openly stated he's ready to rise to the challenge. But could this actually happen?
With Turki Alalshikh at the other event across town, put out an open challenge to you on the internet with Turki Alalshikh calling you out. What's your response to Terence Crawford's call out tonight?
No comment.
Earlier this year, Saudi chief Turki Alalshikh expressed interest in organizing a fight. With his resources and connections, it seemed like he might be able to pull off what many consider a dream. However, negotiations hit a dead end when Canelo refused to discuss the fight before his showdown for long. That decision led Alalshikh to step back, and for a while, it seemed like the fight was nothing more than wishful thinking.
If the money is right, I mean...
$100 million? I heard Turkey offered you a big money already.
150.
150?
Now, Alalshikh is making a surprising step, putting the ball back in Canelo's court. Speaking to DXN, he made it clear he's ready to reignite talks, but only if the discussions happen directly between him and Canelo. I don't know anyone from the Canelo team, and I don't have any connections, but if he's hearing me, I'm ready to discuss, Alalshikh stated. But I want to discuss it directly, without anyone in the middle. This direct approach could be a game changer. Alalshikh is known for making big moves in the boxing world, and his willingness to bypass intermediaries shows just how serious he is about making this fight a reality. The question now is whether Canelo will respond to the call.
I'm an all-around athlete. There ain't nothing I can't do.
So what you doing to enjoy yourself since winning the belts?
excited about the possibility, Canelo hasn't been without his critics. David Benavidez, another name often linked with the Mexican superstar, recently accused him of turning down a whopping $70 million offer to face an undefeated former world
champion. Whether or not this claim holds weight, it adds to the pressure on Canelo to deliver a blockbuster fight in 2024. Facing Crawford could be the perfect answer. For Crawford, this fight represents not just a chance to solidify his legacy, but also an opportunity to silence anyone who doubts his ability to compete at 168 pounds. Despite the significant weight difference, Crawford has never shied away from a challenge. His dominant performance against Madoff earlier this year proved that he's willing to push himself to the limit. The idea of taking on Canelo is no exception.
And remember, Canelo is a guy who presses a lot. But one thing Canelo's not very active. He gets in your face, and he mentally presses you a lot by putting on something and getting in your face. So I start to wonder if going up to super middleweight is going
shown he can put together major events that capture the attention of the boxing world.
He's got power. He's gonna hit you everywhere. And you're a natural smaller guy. It could start to take effect. It's a fight people are gonna want to see. And if Canelo's not gonna fight Benavidez and he's not gonna fight Moreau, which we obviously see he's not, you'd rather end up seeing Canelo against a Crawford for like some kind of super fantasy fight, rather than Canelo against, I don't know, the guy who's gonna deliver my pizza.
His latest comments suggest he's still invested in making Crawford versus Canelo happen, even after previously stating he'd focus on securing bigger fights for Crawford. It's worth noting that Crawford's victory over Madoff was more than just another notch on his belt. It was a statement. The US fighter was no pushover, and Crawford's ability to dominate sent a clear message to anyone doubting his versatility. The win also reignited discussions about his next opponent, with Canelo's name repeatedly coming up in conversations among fans and analysts alike.
Respect Crawford, he's a great fighter, and like he said, they talking about the fight with Monta, right? I think he's saying, nobody's gonna give me credit if I beat him. It's the same thing, you know, the same thing. I think this.
On the other hand, Canelo's win against Berlanga was met with mixed reactions. While it was another successful defense of his titles, some critics felt the fight lacked the excitement expected from a Canelo main event. This has only added to the anticipation for his next outing, as fans hope to see him take on a truly formidable opponent. Crawford, with his reputation and recent accomplishments, fits that bill perfectly. The potential fight also raises questions about strategy. How would Crawford adapt to fighting at 168 pounds? Would his speed and precision be enough to counter Canelo's power and experience at that weight? And for Canelo, would facing someone as skilled and relentless as Crawford force him to rethink his usual approach?
A man coming from 147, I know he's a great man. Crawford is a great man and a great warrior. But you come from 147 to put on a better fight than Charlo. I mean, I don't even know what that means. I don't know if that means that Crawford is so great that he could do that, or that means that Charlo set the bar so damn low that anybody can do better than Charlo did last night.
Well, those are questions that Crawford himself seemed to find difficult to answer. Terence Crawford even seemed uninterested in chasing a fight at 168 pounds, especially against Canelo Alvarez. Speaking to Sporting News in a video before his legendary win over Errol Spence Jr., Crawford made his feelings clear: 168. I ain't going up there, he said, leaving fans doubting if such a matchup could ever happen. Yet here we are, with the fight now confirmed. Crawford has shifted his mindset, turning what seemed impossible into his biggest motivation. In recent months, Crawford's hunger to face Canelo has only grown.
Crawford, I see he wants to fight, he's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it for you?
Everything in my career, every fight made my legacy different and better, no? Terence Crawford is a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but you know, like I say, he's a weight class.
On the Portaway podcast, he revealed just how much this fight means to him. To be honest, the Canelo fight was my motivation.
I wanna be. You cannot tell me what I cannot say.
For someone as accomplished as
I'm here to last, so yeah, I'm here to stay. I'll live in seconds like my final day. You can't take that
away. So he's got that in the back of his head, Crawford said, recognizing that the stakes are high for both fighters. Even Crawford himself knows that moving up in weight is a daunting task. He's already made history by becoming a champion across 4 weight divisions, and now he's set his sights on doing something no one has ever done before.
That for Crawford to call you out at 68, so that he can beat you at this weight?
No, you know, everybody wants to fight with me, so it's fine.
That being a biggest fight possible in boxing, is that something you'd actually be interested in?
You know, it's crazy when you asking about that, because you say, you must have become all the weight classes, and that's his welterweight. So don't make sense.
Still, Crawford remains grounded, saying, it's something to talk about all the time. You know, there are things that we talk about. Right now, I'm still doing what I do. Canelo has got the fight coming up, so I never want to make it about Canelo. While Crawford has always been respectful in his approach, Canelo has been far less enthusiastic about the fight. In the PSR, the Mexican superstar openly dismissed the idea, saying it offers him no have everything to lose and nothing to gain, because if I win, they'll say, oh, he was too small, Canelo told Boxatica. His hesitation makes sense, there's a lot on the line for him too. Losing to someone moving up multiple weight classes would be a massive blow to his legacy.
All the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
Still, Crawford has refused to back down, especially after proving himself again and again. His recent victory over Israel Madaf to win the WBA world title at super welterweight brought him one step closer to this historic showdown. Even then, Canelo wasn't impressed. Speaking to Fight Hype, he questioned Crawford's performance, saying, I think he knows why there are weight classes, right? He made a good fight, but for me, I think he lost the fight, or it could have been a draw. It could have gone either way. Crawford was quick to fire back at Canelo's comments on the Porterway podcast. He reminded fans of Canelo's own struggles when moving up in weight. They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up in weight and won. He went up and lost. So let's not do that, Canelo. It's a sharp retort and one that highlights the grit Crawford brings to this matchup. Canelo's loss to Turki Bibble at light heavyweight is still fresh in the minds of many fans. In that fight, Bibble outboxed him over 12 rounds